Hi, my name is Yuleidy. I am 13 years old and I live in North Philadelphia. But before coming here, I lived most of my life on the island of Puerto Rico. I want to tell you the story of my life before coming to Philly. When I lived there, I used to like to go to the beach. I loved watching the sunset over the giant blue sea because it makes me feel peace in my heart. But one day, the peace in my heart went away. The radio and TV started to announce that a hurricane named Maria was coming to Puerto Rico. Everyone was getting prepared for the storm. Every time that my family and I tried to go buy some supplies to cover the windows and doors, we couldn't find anything. There were long lines of people everywhere to buy things, but the stores were so full that there was no room. Sometimes they were so long that people started to fight one another the little bit of food that there was. The night of the hurricane, I was in my house with my 3 sisters. The wind started blowing so hard that it sounded like there were people punching the outside of my house. I looked out the window and saw cars moving from side to side. Branches of the trees started falling and parts of people's houses ripped off and flew around in the wind. I was sleeping in the living room when one of the sliding doors was pushed open by a strong wind. My mom told me to go to my little sister's room while she and my stepfather tried to fix the door. Still, the crazy wind and rain poured into the house. My sister took a broom and tried to sweep all of the water out of the house. I stayed with my little sisters and watched movies on the computer to try to forget about the world that I was living in. The next day, when I got outside the house, tears came out of my eyes because of all the destruction that I saw in my neighborhood. Houses were destroyed. There were landslides and trees pushed over from all the wind. I saw some people outside searching for family members and helping to clean the street. I was surprised by how much destruction there was and very worried about the rest of my family. We couldn't go anywhere because the roads were destroyed, and everywhere I can see the rivers were covering the land. I do not have any words for the way that I feel after the hurricane. After a week, the streets were finally clean, but in order to get gasoline, people needed to wait for hours in line. I started meeting people in my community that I had never met before. Every time my mom made extra food, she would share it with the other neighbors. Everyone was united. Almost 4 months later, we still didn't have electricity or water. It was so stressful for us and our neighbors. One day, my aunt called my mom and she told her that she could come to Philadelphia. She told her that if we came, we could get help and good education and a good job. In that moment, I feel sad. I could not imagine never returning to Puerto Rico, the place that raised me. What if I never saw the rest of my family again? Finally, I came to Philly. There were actually a lot of students just like me. I met my friends in ESOL class, and slowly I started to feel less quiet. I never thought that a hurricane could give me so many experiences. In this case, some of them were good and some of them were very sad. One day, I will return to mi isla to live, but until then, I will continue to be the Puerto Rican Philly girl who survived the Hurricane Maria.
Por eso tienes buenas, mujer que nunca se quita.